Hey guys, it's Michelle. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with another type 1 diabetes video for you. If you are not subscribed to my channel, definitely do so down below because I post a lot of type 1 diabetes videos on here, including day in the life vlogs. Before I start this video, I just want to say that I am not a medical professional, so if you have any questions or concerns about your health, definitely reach out to your own healthcare provider. I wanted to make this video because now it is more important than ever to recognize the warning signs of type 1 diabetes. Due to the pandemic, a lot of people are putting off going to see healthcare providers in fear of coming into contact with or even catching COVID-19. Even though there is a risk associated with going out to seek medical attention, it's really important that you don't ignore any symptoms that you're having. If you think that there's something off with your body or there's something wrong, it isn't worth the risk putting off going to see your doctor, especially when it comes to something as serious as type 1 diabetes. Undiagnosed type 1 diabetes is very dangerous. It can lead to a serious complication known as diabetic ketoacidosis, also known as DKA, which is where your blood essentially turns acidic, and this can lead to swelling in your brain and unfortunately can lead to death. So needless to say, it's really important to know these warning signs of type 1 diabetes and catch it early. Early detection of type 1 diabetes can also prevent unnecessary hospitalization, which will prevent you from contracting COVID while in the hospital. So it's even more important now to know the warning signs, which is why I'm making this video. Before I start listing the warning signs, I have got to stress that type 1 diabetes can happen anytime. And by that, I mean it does not matter how old you are. I personally know a lot of people with type 1 diabetes who are diagnosed as an adult in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. There's a misconception out there that type 1 diabetes is only diagnosed in children, and that's just simply not true. So these warning signs that I'm about to go through in this video are for anyone. Okay, warning sign number 1, excessive thirst. I personally did not have this warning sign, but my friends who did have it, who are living with type 1 diabetes now, described it as unquenchable thirst. So you're thirsty, you drink a big glass of water, and you still feel thirsty after. No matter how much you drink, you just cannot quench your thirst. Which leads me to warning sign number 2, frequent urination. So, I mean, those two kind of go hand in hand. You're drinking a lot, you're peeing a lot. Your kidneys are also working in overload too when your blood sugar is high. Some people even report bedwetting before being diagnosed with type 1 just because you have to pee so frequently that you can't hold it in at night. Warning sign number 3 is unexplained weight loss, and this I actually did have before I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, but it was subtle. My family and I didn't really notice it. And the 4th most common warning sign of type 1 diabetes would be exhaustion. You don't have enough insulin in your body, you're not using the food to create energy, so you're gonna be exhausted and tired all the time. So if you're someone who normally has a lot of energy and now you find that you need naps to get through the day, that could be a warning sign. So those are the 4 most common early warning signs of type 1 diabetes. Now I just want to tell you guys about mine. I'm not going to go through my full diagnosis story because it's rather long, but if you want to see the full thing, I'm going to put it up here, a link to that video. So my first warning sign was oral thrush, which is a fungal infection in your mouth and throat. Cool, right? TMI? Maybe, but that was my first warning sign. I got that about maybe a couple months before I was diagnosed, and it kind of makes sense because if your blood sugar is running higher, you're more prone to an infection like that. And then the warning sign that made my mom take me into the doctor's office, which I'm not even sure if this was a warning sign, but I felt like I needed to pee a lot. I had the urge to urinate, but then when I went to use the washroom, I didn't have to. That's one warning sign that I haven't heard other people really have, but that is the warning sign that made me go into the doctor and eventually get my type 1 diabetes diagnosis. So I had some uncommon symptoms, but I just wanted to share them with you guys because those are some symptoms that you don't see as much or you don't hear about as much. So now I want to hear from you guys. If you have been diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, what were your symptoms? Leave them in the comments down below because it would be great for someone who's concerned maybe to see what your symptoms were and hear from other people living with type 1 diabetes other than myself. And that's it for this video. If you are watching this from home and you seriously think you might have type 1 diabetes, give your healthcare provider a phone call. It's just a quick phone call to see whether or not you need to be tested, and the test is so simple. It's just a finger prick, and it can save your life. I am also going to be leaving a really great resource from Beyond Type 1 in the description box down below about the warning signs of type 1 diabetes. Beyond Type 1 is an amazing organization that has so many great resources and information for you guys, so definitely check that out if you're interested in learning more. And that's it from me for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.